Give me that. Give me that.
Alright, what is going on, guys? This is jbird, and it has been a long time since I've done a video like this, where I just sit down and I talk to you guys for a little bit. Not going to be a super long video, but some news just came out in the TF2 community that I'm sure at this point you guys will have probably all heard. And that news is that the lag bots, or the server crashing bots, have been fixed, or at the very least, the exploit that was being used by them has been patched out of the game. And that is from right here in TF2's official update website blog. So that's real. So that has happened. So it's I guess it hasn't been in the game long. The outrage has been pretty unanimous, pretty universal from everybody in the scene, I'd imagine, who plays casual or really has any respect for playing this game at this point. If you weren't angry about this, and if you weren't asking for and actively hoping for some kind of resolution, I don't know what you expect from this game or what you want from this game and this experience, but I mean, this is the lifeline of the game. Is, I'm not saying casual is, but if they can't remove blatantly racist, cheating, server crashing bots that make an expansive part of their game virtually unplayable, then the game is really just that. It is unplayable. So I'm happy about this, but big question at this point: what does this mean for TF2? What does this mean for people who still love this game because they're passionate about it, like myself, played this game for 10 years? What does this mean for someone like me who streams this game, who makes content for this game? And what does it mean for someone who just plays this game casually and wants to have fun? For me personally, very recently, with the state of this game, I have never in my 10 years of playing this game wanted to play it less than of late. Obviously, because of the bots. I play a lot of casual on stream because it's an easy thing to do, and it's hop into some games, find some maps I like. It's chill. I'm not someone who hates casual. Of course, I miss the old way of doing it, and I miss all the old great community servers that used to exist. But I think casual is fine, and it does what it needs to do. I hated what the game was. It's pretty simple. And I only played like once or twice dealing with these bots during the time that it was going on, but it just made me so disillusioned with the experience, and also just the language that was being used by these people is just disgusting. I was disgusted with the game. I was disgusted with the response or lack thereof from anybody involved with Valve. I mean, I get it. The game is not their priority. I understand that. And they're not going to come out every single time something goes wrong and reassure the community or tell them they're working on something and give us constant updates. I don't expect that. But when something like this that is just mind-numbingly destructive to the entire community goes on and we don't hear anything, it's incredibly frustrating. So I've really not wanted to play this game of late, obviously. Does this change anything for me starting right now? Yes and no. I mean, I'm looking at the language being expressed here, and all that says in this blog update is Team Fortress 2 update released. An update Team Fortress 2 has been released. The update will be applied automatically when you start Team Fortress 2. The major changes include fixed a server crash exploit, and of course everyone's favorite, updated localization files. But there it is, fixed a server crash exploit. Now that's in layman's terms, we all know what that means. Fixed what the bots were doing, we'd imagine. But my God, is that not the absolute bare minimum a developer or a team can possibly express when addressing an issue? This felt like something bigger than the words "fixed a server crash exploit" on their blog. And I don't expect a news conference. I don't expect people to come out and apologize to the entire community with some long drawn out thing and say that they're going to work to be better and this won't happen again, and the game's going to get more support. None of that. But that's just, I think the fact that I don't expect that is pretty indicative of where this game is right now. And why I'm really disappointed, even in the wake of this fix, of what TF2 is and what it's becoming. Because if this is the response time, one, and then this is the language used when the response is finally given, this is not good. TF2 will continue to face bots like this, will continue to face rampant cheating. I mean, okay, the servers aren't crashing, but how many cheaters are we still going to run into in every server that continues to run? And another thing I want to look at here is Tyler McVicker. For everyone, I'm sure most people know, that's a Valve News Network. Now, I go back and forth on how I feel about Tyler and his reporting, especially when it comes to TF2, because one, and this is his prerogative, but he's very focused on other Valve-related items right now. But he has had a history of embellishing certain remarks and certain news items he's been privy to, and kind of sensationalizing some of the things he's been known to receive, to kind of get the community either excited or to get the community angry. But this one's pretty cut and dry. Email that says we're working on a mandatory update for TF2. This was before the update was released officially. We're working on a mandatory update for TF2. The notes for the update are below. We should have it ready soon. And then fix the server crash exploit, update localization files. The language I want to focus on there is we're working on a mandatory update for TF2. That word mandatory, that's incredibly distressing in this context, because wow, does that just sound like, fine, we'll fix the server crashing bots, don't ask us ever again for anything else, because this is it. And if this is the extent of what a mandatory TF2 update is these days, for the love of God, don't ask for a heavy update. Don't ask for weapon balances. Those are not mandatory. Don't ask for a generally better casual experience. Don't even ask for cheaters being removed from the game, because apparently those things have not been mandatory. This is the line in the sand they seem to be drawing for what a mandatory update and playing experience is that they will maintain for this game as of right now. Who's to say this even lasts for any amount of time? Who's to say they can't just crash servers again in a different way in the near future? I don't know. But this is this, folks. This is what you're looking at now, from now on when you play this game. A mandatory update from Valve, something they feel required to do as a game developer, is to remove DDoSing, server crashing bots that are making their game unplayable, and nothing else. We have not heard that language being used before. So if this is what it takes to get an update, don't expect other ones, because this is it. I can honestly say at this point, I will never see another large TF2 update in the future of this game. I think the game will disappear before we ever see a Valve incorporated TF2 update, and that sucks to say. Not that I'm super surprised, but this is kind of the nail in the coffin for me. I may be wrong. You know, you can quote me on this and rub it in my face when, you know, the heavy update drops in a month or a year or 5 years. But for me, this kind of seals it. If this is what they consider mandatory, and if the result is posting that one little blurb on their blog saying that the crashes have been fixed and nothing else comes out, and that's not to say that maybe things won't be addressed in the coming days, but I really doubt it. This is it. This is the state of TF2 now. If something catastrophic happens, a band-aid will be placed on it to make the experience a little bit better for a little bit longer. And I imagine that will continue to draw out throughout whatever lifespan people wish to give this game. I'm going to keep playing because I still have fun. I still stream. I still make YouTube content. And, you know, I have enough friends who play where I can get into servers and have a good time. I can play an offline jump map. I can go on a community server. I can play some competitive. There's no reason to freak out and stop playing this game if you still enjoy it. But I think this is pretty clearly maybe the language we expect. I don't think it's what we deserve as a community. Everyone can say, well, just be happy you got anything at all. Well, that's incredibly depressing. That's some ridiculously defeatist attitude from people, and you hate to see people taking Valve's side in this and saying, well, they have these other projects going on. TF2 is not sexy anymore. They don't want to work on a 10-year-old, 12-year-old game. It's not the top of their priority list. Why should they worry if, racist, cheating bots are crashing our game? It had a good run. That's a terrible attitude. I don't care if you don't play the game anymore. I don't care if you still play the game and you're getting burnt out. That's just a horrible way to look at anything in life that people should continue to have responsibility for. Valve has intellectual property and profit off of our experience in this game. This shouldn't be the bare minimum. But that's the reality we live in. I'm sorry that this video is a bummer, but the good news is you can go play casual now for a bit or however long this lasts, and presumably your server won't be crashed. You'll probably run into a decent amount of cheaters. I will say personally, before the server crashing bots, I could easily get, I'd say 80% of my games without cheaters. That's not a great ratio when you think about it, but it's very playable. So no, TF2 is not unplayable anymore, and that's great. It means I will probably, more actively stream it. I've taken about a week and a half off of streaming TF2 because it's depressing, but I'll get back into it now, and I'll continue to love the game, and I'll continue to make content about it. And is it dying any faster than it was a month ago? I don't think so. People got pissed off about this, but they'll just come back now the casual's back up. The game will continue to exist in the capacity that people love it. And there are enough people out there who still love it, and there are enough people out there who are still discovering it as a free-to-play game that has a lot to offer, that it's got time. So if you love it and you hate the idea of it dying, don't worry about it. Play it. Play it until it's gone. And if you hate it and you want to see it die, get the fuck out of here. Just leave. Like, why are you doing this to yourself, and why are you being negative and bringing remarks like, just let it die, Valve shouldn't pay attention to it anymore? Why are you still here? Go play something else. That's something you can do. But for the people here who still enjoy the game, we're going to ask for these things. We're going to expect more. And we should expect more. So I'm not saying barrage Valve with emails about the next update, but I am saying that when things like this go unnoticed, be vocal about it. Be okay with being angry. This is unacceptable. This is the bare minimum, and I think this is probably the best we're going to get from now on. So let's at least demand the bare minimum from here on out, because I think this is a precedent that's been set for them. Will it get better? I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm sorry this is the first commentary style video I've made in a long time. Sorry there's no real gameplay on it. I just saw this news. It probably broke like an hour or two ago. And I just kind of felt like talking about it a little bit. I don't have any script here. I've just been going off the cuff, so I'm sure this was a bit of a ramble. But, I just want to communicate with you guys because, I just hit 20,000 subs, and that meant a lot to me. I've made YouTube videos for a long time now, and that's a milestone. And I don't look at YouTube as something that's maybe the same way I used to, but I still love making content for you guys, and I still will continue to, as long as this game gives me the opportunity to. So this is the content I felt I wanted to put out right now, just to tell you guys that I'm not happy about where the game is and the language that's being used by Valve in regards to it. But I'm going to do my best to make entertaining content for you guys still. Honestly, I would say go follow me at Twitch. I'm not plugging it. I'm just telling you that's where you're going to see the most content if you enjoy watching me play. But I'll do my best to keep uploading to YouTube and find enjoyment in this game. Drag every little bit of passion I have out of me and see how far that can go. So I have no guarantees for the future of this game. I don't think Valve does either, and I don't think if anybody tells you either negatively or positively something about the future of this game, they're either lying or, they're just trying to stir something up, because nobody knows. Nobody knows what's coming for this game. Could be dead in a year. Could have a major update in a year. I don't think so. But anyway, thanks for all the support, guys. It means the world. Twitter, Twitch, Steam group, all those links will be in the description. And, bit of a rant, but it's I think it's nice to reconnect with you guys a little bit, other than just the stream clips I've posted. Expect more videos in the future, guys. Play the game if you love it. Leave if you hate it. That's really the best advice I can give. I'm still here, so I'm going to keep playing it. Take it easy, guys, and see you next time.